I just pre-washed all of my wool fabrics. That is something that I always do because you don't want to have a bad surprise when you wash your item that you made for the first time and it shrinks or it looks weird. So I always wash my fabric before using it. I'm going to start with this olive green fabric that is on top of my pile here. I'm going to use this pattern. It's a vintage pattern from my mom. You can of course change the shape of the pant legs, so I'm going to make wide-legged pants, but you could also do a tapered fit or some other style. And yeah, I'm going to start now. I had an appointment yesterday and I had to leave the house, so I grabbed the opportunity to go thrifting. And I found some things and I'm going to show them. So the first item is this sweater. It is a dream come true. This is 100% cotton and it is a very thick and sturdy type of cotton fabric. It is knit. Then I also found two tights. These ones are in a dark olive green and these are black. And these are vintage tights and I have really good experience with vintage tights, so I always get them if I find them in a size that is wearable for me. Look at these fun little drawings of the really happy tights on the back. I think that's adorable. And I should probably stop going through the bedding sections because I always find bed sheets there and I don't really need more, but I found these ones and they're just too good to leave there. They have this really great brown and off-white pattern on the one side and then the exact opposite on the other side. I think bed sheets are something that is really underrated in a way because it changes the whole look of a room, like at least the bedroom or like the room you have your bed in. You can change the entire aesthetic of the room just by changing your bed sheets. So I feel like it's a cheap way. Instead of changing the whole furniture around, you can just change the bed sheets in a few minutes and it looks completely different. So I really don't need another wool sweater because I I'm completely obsessed with wool sweaters at this point, and I do have more than enough, but I don't have a green one, and I don't have a V-neck one. So I think this will probably revolutionize my entire wardrobe. It is 100% merino. It's in amazing condition and I just love the color. So at this point of my wardrobe journey, I don't need clothes. I have enough to dress myself for the next years. But clothes are my hobby. So with having more than enough of clothes, I feel like it's a matter of interest. And I know there are a lot of people who are not that interested in apparel and who will view their clothes as functional items, and that is completely fine. That is, in a way, their intended purpose. But for me, I'm just really interested in fiber contents, in patterns, in the way they are cut, and I feel like that's something that brings me a lot of joy. So I won't restrict myself to go after my interests. But I'm also sorting through my wardrobe several times a year. I will get rid of all of the things that I don't wear, so it doesn't grow into an unmanageable size. And then I also found 2 new CDs to listen to, and the first is Billie Holiday, Success, A Fine Romance, and the other one I found was Coltrane. So 2 jazz albums, which is nice because I do like jazz. And I feel that's something that comes with age. I'm going to continue sewing my pants now and hopefully finish them today because I had to take a break yesterday due to my appointment. So I'm going to finish the pants now. I started a little side quest, and it is tiny indeed, because look at this. Isn't that the cutest little shoe you have ever seen? These are felted slippers for a baby. It's my niece. She is just starting to crawl. I really hope they fit because I did the math myself. Which is always really risky business with my mathematical skills that I have, that are pretty much non-existent. But I feel like they look good. They look like proportional to a real human foot. This is the size before I felted them, which is quite a lot of shrinkage. Yeah, and then I attached this little 2x2 ribbed cuff on top. I'm planning to place a tie in the cuff because I was told that babies and toddlers like to get rid of their shoes, and if you can tie them around the ankle, it's better. I am really clueless when it comes to children and babies and toddlers and all of these things. They're not things I know. I have finished one because I wanted to see the finished product and if my calculations were right. I also made 2 more. These are for my nephew. He's a toddler and he probably has bigger feet than his sisters. So for size comparison, they're bigger, and I hope they will fit as well. I will do the cuff also with these ones, and these are going to be Christmas presents for my niece and nephew. And while figuring out the measurements, I also made this one, which is way too tiny, but it's so fun. So I don't know if this will find an owner or if this is just going to be an example of my cluelessness when it comes to tiny human beings. These are going into the wash now, and this is fun. Fenkel is eating some soil, which seems to be a very delicious little snack for her. It's a really nice day. The sun is shining, but I think it's just like in higher altitudes that there is even sunshine, because as soon as I can view some of the lower areas, there is fog there. So it is quite a privilege to be out now and see. These are the finished pants. The waistband is just a tiny bit too snug to be really comfortable. Since this is 100% wool, I think there's a chance that I can stretch it a bit when wet. These are a bit too tight. The really uncomfortable part is that it's just tight in one area, like all the way down here. It's really fine, it's comfortable, it flows, but it's just like this 1 centimeter waistband that is really tight, and it doesn't feel good. I still need to iron the pleats in. This is my very much improvised little stretching device. These are just different pieces of wood. I wrapped them in plastic so they won't damage the fabric. And I wet the button band and put these in. It is very, very tight now. I can't really pinch in these sides. So I'm really curious about whether this works or not. I'm going to hang this now. Let's see what happens. I also successfully felted the second one of the baby slippers, and the new one somehow turned out a bit darker, and also I ended up with white instead of black, so maybe I did some kind of mistake there, but they are the same size, so I don't know what happened there, but I'm going to add the cuff and a tie, and then I can wrap them up as a little Christmas present. And also the ones for my nephew are also done, and they look identical, which is good. So that's really good progress with my Christmas presents. And I am not a Christmas person at all. I really don't like it. It's not my favorite time of the year. But yeah, for kids it's very important. When I was a kid, I also thought Christmas was like the coolest thing ever, because I got presents and I'm a material girl, so that made me really happy. But nowadays I'm not that keen on it. But luckily I live in the middle of nowhere, so if I don't want to be part of Christmas, I don't have to. So the maximum of Christmassy feeling is when some neighbors put out some kind of lights outside, but that's it. The stretching of the pants did actually work. I didn't really believe in it, but I think I gained around 2 centimeters of circumference, and they are so much more comfortable now. So I think I'm going to keep my little stretching device for future projects. I hope I'm not going to need it, but if I need it, this is great.